To be clear, the Holy Spirit does not remove struggle from your life. In fact, Christ made it very, very clear that if you want to follow him, you need to pick up your cross and die to yourself. That he told his followers that the world will hate you for my name's sake. He told Peter that when you are young, you go where you want and you dress yourself, but when you are older, you will be dressed and men will take you and stretch out your arms and put you where you do not want to go, telling him you would be crucified. It is so clear that, and then if you just read the Acts of the Apostles, if you see what happened for those who followed Christ, that Paul was beaten and stoned and shipwrecked and bitten by snakes and eventually arrested and eventually beheaded. If you see that Peter was crucified upside down, when you see that Andrew was crucified, when you see that Luke was hung, when you see that John was boiled in oil, when you see that the hardship that comes with the Christian life, you realize that it is certainly not the case that becoming a Christian means that your life becomes easier on this side of eternity. What is the case is that when you become a Christian, for one, on the other side of eternity, life becomes significantly better. And that is that it is better to spend eternity with Yahweh than it is to spend eternity separated from Yahweh. So that's one. But then the other one is that when you are a believer, the Holy Spirit doesn't make your life easy, but he makes it something that you can actually be fruitful in. A good way to think of it is that he doesn't necessarily make it easier, and he doesn't actually necessarily make you stronger in any traditional sense, but what he does do is he makes you more effective. He makes the struggle more effective. And what do we mean by that? I mean, so in one sense, the effectiveness is in that when others who are not believers see you struggling, they zoom in. Hardship becomes a magnifying glass. Hardship becomes a loudspeaker. And the reason for that's really simple. Because when you're a believer and you live into that, then what you end up doing inevitably is showcasing your faith. People see that you're a believer. They see that you're a Christian. And that means that when life gets hard, they're thinking, not like this, but this is a great way to think about it. You've been talking all this time about the light of the world and how he dwells within you. Well, do you glow in the dark? They want to see how you respond. And it's so often, it is so often the case that how believers respond to hardship is actually a testimony that convicts non-believers.